Hey, how's it going, guys? So, what's the best breakfast to have? Pancakes? Waffles? No, it's French toast. And BuzzFeed just released a video where they showed 4 celebrities making French toast. They showed The Rock, they showed Jason Derulo, Oprah, and Kylie Jenner. And those French toasts look good. But Greg Doucette released a video saying he has the best French toast. And his French toast is better than all these celebrities. And he was talking about why they didn't include him in that video. And we don't know if this is true or not. And the only way to know is if we make all 5 French toasts. We're gonna make Oprah's, we're gonna make Kylie Jenner's, we're gonna make The Rock's, we're gonna make Jason Derulo's and Greg Doucette's. We're gonna put them all up against each other, rate all of them, and see who really has the best French toast. So if you're ready to find out who has the best French toast, let's make some French toast and find out together. So we got 5 pieces of bread here, and I'm using the exact same bread for all 5 recipes because we're gonna judge the French toast on the toppings, the cooking style, what they use to bread them and stuff, and all the ingredients that goes into the batter. So we're not going to judge it based on the bread because you could pick whatever bread you like the most and make any French toast recipe with that. And so I got wheat bread here. I know a lot of people like it white, especially Greg Doucette likes white bread instead of wheat bread, but it's 2020, guys, so we're going to use wheat bread. But I got 5 slices here. We're gonna use the exact same bread for everyone, and I'll get all the rest of the ingredients out right now. First up is Oprah's French toast. We got some toasted coconut. I threw that in the oven for a few minutes, toast that up. We're gonna need, let's see, so I have the ingredients here. So for the batter, we're gonna need eggs, sugar, milk, sour cream. I don't know why she's using sour cream in the batter. Maybe it'll be good, maybe a little tang. Egg, sugar, so we got eggs right here. We got our thing of sugar for the batter. Milk right here for the batter. We're gonna use some vanilla extract in the batter. And then to top it off, we're gonna also put some whipped cream on top as well as powdered sugar and maple syrup. So we got maple syrup right here. But I think we should use this one because we gotta cut back on the calories somewhere, guys. Come on. That's all we're gonna need for Oprah's French toast. Let's get into the rest right now. So Kylie's French toast is gonna have eggs, milk, cinnamon. So she's adding a little cinnamon that Oprah is not. So Oprah, you gotta get some cinnamon. I like cinnamon. And then we got some frosted flakes that we're gonna crush up and throw in there as well. Jason Derulo has, he coats his French toast with Lucky Charms and Cap'n Crunch. And he also uses Fruit Loops, but does anybody actually like Fruit Loops? I don't think so. So I don't have Fruit Loops today, but I have these 2 cereals and these should be more than enough because it looks like he's just throwing in a bunch of cereals as the crust, but we got the 2 good ones, Lucky Charms and Cap'n Crunch, and then we also have some coconut flakes that we're gonna throw inside the batter for his. So this looks good for him. And last up is The Rock. So he tops his French toast with peanut butter and jam or jelly. And he uses grape jelly, which like grape jelly? Why grape jelly? What about strawberry? What about some cool jams and jellies? But I'm gonna stick to what he does. He uses grape, and we got this this peanut butter, the Mighty Maple, and so it just makes sense because we're gonna be topping it off with maple syrup. We're gonna be this peanut butter is maple syrup flavored, so just makes sense to use that one. And then he also makes a little maple syrup tequila sauce thing. So we got some tequila. So The Rock, you like to start your mornings off a little boozy? Okay, it's cool with me. So we'll throw this in with some maple syrup, make a little, mix that up, and we're gonna top the French toast off with that and make a little boozy syrup. So that's what The Rock's on. So last up is Greg's French toast. So we got egg whites. So he's the first one not using whole eggs. We're gonna use egg whites for his. We're gonna use blueberries. So he has a basic version with no blueberries, and then he also has a version with blueberries. And he always talks about the blueberry one being the best one, and we're trying to find the best French toast. So we're gonna use the one with the blueberries. And then we also got not 1, but 2 sugar-free maple syrups because, you know, we can never have enough of this. More maple syrup, more sugar-free syrup than last time, as well as a whole thing of Splenda. So we're gonna use all of this for 1 piece of, just kidding, guys. We're not gonna use all these Splendas for one. But he probably needs one. Do you like 2 packets, Greg? I think 1 packet should be enough for 1 slice of bread. I know he likes his things sweet, but that should be good for Greg. Now we got all the ingredients laid out for all the French toast, and let's get cooking, guys. So The Rock, Kylie, Oprah, and Jason Derulo all have a very similar batter, which is whole eggs and milk. That is in the batter for all of them. So I'm just gonna make a bigger batch of batter with whole eggs and milk. And then I'll split it up every time I'm dipping one of the French toast in like their own variation of the batter. So I'll crack 4 eggs in here. I saw this thing where you're supposed to crack eggs on a hard surface instead of the side. So I'll do that. And I got egg on my counter. So don't do that, guys. Don't crack it on a hard surface. Whoever says that is lying to you. So there's one. Let me try that thing where you crack an egg with one hand. Just a tiny bit of eggshell in there. That'll just add more crunch, right? Let me get that out of there. Okay, that's not gonna come out. All right, I'll get that out, guys. Just trust me, and I'll crack the rest of the eggs and make this batter. So we're gonna butter up the pan for everyone's French toast except for Greg's, because he's not using butter. He's using low calorie or just oil spray. But everyone else does use butter, so we're gonna put that all over this pan. So Oprah's batter is gonna have the egg mixture that we made with the eggs and milk. So I'll put like two ladles of that in, maybe a bit more, and then hers has sour cream, so we're gonna use some of this sour cream. And then she also uses a little bit of salt, so that should be good. Sugar, so put a spoon of that in. And then also some vanilla extract. And so I'll measure this in the cap. So that's the batter for Oprah's. We'll mix this up. So we got Oprah's mixed up. So we're gonna soak the bread in this mixture. And guys, I tried my best to mix the sour cream, but there's pieces of sour cream on this thing, but it's okay. Maybe it'll just disappear when we cook it and it will just cook away. So I'm gonna soak this really well in this mixture. So we'll toss this in here, coat this in these coconut flakes. Trying to make these stick on here, and it is sticking pretty easily because the French toast is very wet. And so that should be good. And so we got the toasted coconut, and we'll throw this on the pan, and this will be, oh, this is falling apart. There we go. Our first French toast is ready. That is gonna be Oprah's right there. And so let's put that back together. It looks good to me. So up next is Kylie's French toast. So I've been hearing a lot of, this has popped up everywhere on social media. I feel everyone's been talking about Kylie's French toast for like a little bit now. So I feel like this is gonna be good. But we got our eggs and milk mixture right there. We're gonna throw in some spanks of cinnamon and some vanilla into this batter. We'll mix this up. And then also for hers, we're gonna be coating the French toast in Frosted Flakes. And so I got that right here. I'm gonna crush this up in this bag. How fine do we crush this up? That should be, I think that should be good. Maybe a bit more. So we'll crush this up, and then all of these Frosted Flakes will get poured into this, and we'll coat the French toast. So let me get this out of here. Bounce that over there. Okay, that's gonna fall. So we'll throw that in there. We'll throw some of the Frosted Flakes in here, and then we can coat this up. And so let me get the egg mixture soaked up in this bread. Oh, I forgot. We had to beat this like Michael Jackson according to the video. So I did do that, guys. Don't worry. I beat this like Michael Jackson.
In a mixing bowl, we're gonna combine eggs, milk, cinnamon, vanilla, and we're gonna beat that like Michael Jackson.
Throw that in there. Throw more on top. We got Frosted Flakes flying everywhere. That is looking pretty good to me. So we'll coat this. Make sure all the Frosted Flakes are kind of in this bread. And we can throw this on the pan right over here. And that will be Kylie's French toast. So for Jason Derulo's, we got our standard French toast batter with the eggs and milk. We got some cinnamon thrown in there. And we also have a little bit of sugar. And he likes to throw some coconut in his batter, so we can put some of that in there. Crumble that in. I think that should be enough. Maybe we shouldn't use too much coconut. So I'll mix that up. And then we'll get the bread soaking in there right now. So that can soak in there. And for his topping, or his coating, he has Cap'n Crunch. And then he also has Lucky Charms. And so we'll crush these up. So we got those in there. And then how should I crush these up? I'll just use my fingers. So we got this bread soaked up with all of the egg and coconut. We will throw it in the Cap'n Crunch and Lucky Charms mixture. This is looking really colorful and really good. So I like it. And let's throw this on the pan right here. And that is our third French toast, Jason Derulo's. And let's get onto the rocks. We got those 3 French toasts done, and we're gonna make the rocks now. And so the batter is very simple. It's just your eggs, your milk, your sugar, your cinnamon. So we're gonna soak this in here, but where he gets a little crazy is with the syrup. So we got some maple syrup. We're gonna throw some tequila in here. I know he has his own brand, Terramana Tequila, but we got this going. Let's beat this up. Do we need more tequila? Yeah, we'll add a little more. Go on me. Was that a lot? Well, the rock needs his tequila, so let's soak this up in here. And so the rock, he uses a huge thick piece of bread. Why do you like it so thick? I mean, I'm not complaining of it. That's cool. But we're gonna keep the breads even, so you could use that thick piece of bread for anything. And is that a little bit of an advantage for The Rock? Does he just use a really thick piece of bread because his French toast might not be as good, and he just uses a thick bread to make it look cooler? I don't really know, but we got the rocks there, and it's lacking in presentation compared to everything else, but we'll see how everything tastes. So for Greg's French toast, very different. We're gonna have to use egg whites. And then into these egg whites, we're gonna add a little bit of vanilla extract. We're gonna add some cinnamon in here. And we're gonna add a packet of Splenda. And so this is basically any 0 calorie, any low calorie sweetener is what he says to use. So we'll be using Splenda because that's what I know he likes to use. And so we'll use some of that. We'll beat that up. And then we will get the bread soaking in this mixture. So this one's a bit different. 0 calorie spray. Quarter second spray is 0 calories, so that was a bunch of quarter second sprays just combined up together, but 0 plus 0, you know what I mean. So that one, we're gonna throw some blueberries into the pan, because what he says is put blueberries straight in the pan and then put the bread right on top of the blueberries. So I'm gonna, is that enough blueberries? I think so. We'll go one more than last time, right, Greg? And so this has, look at that. So almost all the egg whites have been soaked up since I've just let this sit here for some time. We'll just take this and put it right on top of blueberries like that. He always pours the extra batter right on top, so I'll do the same. And there we go. We have all 5 French toasts right here. We got Greg's, we got Oprah's, Kylie's, Jason Derulo's, and The Rock's. And so let's cook all these up and let's see how everything's looking. Oh, no, come on. I'm gonna cook all these on a 4 out of 10, so medium-ish heat, and I'll show you guys how these are looking when they're done. I've been cooking up for a little bit, so I'll flip these. Let's flip this one first. Let me get under this. What is happening is that, so we got, hey, I'm gonna trust Greg on this. One looks a little burnt, but I think it's okay. It's not burnt, it's toasted. So Kylie's French toast requires a little bit of brown sugar. So we got some brown sugar. I'll sprinkle that on top. Is that too much? I don't think so. That should be good. Let's get rid of the rest. Spread that out, and that should be good for Kylie's. So we got Oprah's up first. We'll top this thing off. So they put some powdered sugar. So we'll sprinkle that on right here. And then she also went whipped cream and syrup. So that's good with the powder. We'll go a bit more. Oprah, I got you. I'm giving you extra sugar. We got whipped cream. And there is Oprah's French toast. Kylie's is just gonna have whipped cream on hers, so we'll put some of that in there. For Jason Derulo's, all he wants is maple syrup on top. So we'll go maple syrup right on top, like that. And then the Rock's, he likes his toppings. He didn't go too much with the French toast, but he likes his toppings. So we're gonna go peanut butter. And I switched to Smart Balance because in the video they were using Skippy. So I don't think he wants any fancy peanut butter. He wants the regular stuff. Then we're gonna use some grape jelly. And so why is this in a plastic cup? I don't know the answer to that. We don't know the answer to that. So I'm just gonna take a spoon of this jelly and put it right on top of the peanut butter like that. And then the real stuff in his boozy tequila maple syrup. And so we're gonna use some of that, drizzle that on here. The last one, Greg Doucette, all he wants is sugar-free syrup. So I'm gonna grab this and top his off with that. Guys, look who decided to join us. He wants to try some French toast too. Which one do you go for? This is gonna get bonus points, the one that Lucky picked. So this is Lucky. He is a Canton de Tuiliere. That's his breed, and it looks like French toast is his favorite food, right? All right, guys, so let's get into the taste test. We're gonna taste all of these and judge them on how they taste, the creativity, and then the presentation or appearance of this. This is looking super good. Let me get some whipped cream. That melted a little bit, but wow, that is really good. That's so good. Super coconutty, but really good. So the only thing I'm really tasting is like a strong flavor of coconut, and I like coconut, so that is super good. But that is very, very sweet because it's got powdered sugar, it's got whipped cream, and it's got maple syrup, so it's a very sweet one. But that is really good. I would say on a taste scale that would be a 7 out of 10. Creativity, is it creative? I would say it's pretty creative because she did dip it in coconut. I'd say another 7 out of 10 for creativity. And then appearance, presentation, the whipped cream did melt, but I'm not gonna hold that against her. So I would say, let's say 7 out of 10 across the board. So 7 out of 10 for all three things. And that's gonna give Oprah a 21 out of 30. This has got a little bit of crunch to it with the Captain, oh no, this is Frosted Flakes, not Captain Crunch. Let me get some whipped cream on there. No syrup for this one. Kylie, why don't you like syrup? Really good. I like the brown sugar on there. It gives it a little bit of a crunch. Kind of like a caramel taste. I'm telling you, like, that's not French toast, that's cake. That's got sugar on there, that's got a nice little crust, but that actually just tastes like legit cake to me. Really good, but I would say Oprah's tasted a bit better, so I'd give that a 6 out of 10 on taste. Creativity, I would say another 6 out of 10 on creativity because I think it's a little more creative to use the toasted coconut instead of the Frosted Flakes. I feel like I've seen the Frosted Flakes in other places before, but very good still. But I'm gonna bump that up to a 7 out of 10 on creativity just because she tossed in the brown sugar while cooking. And I think that's a pretty creative approach. So 7 out of 10 for creativity, 6 out of 10 for taste, and I would say for appearance, another 7 out of 10 for appearance because that looks really good with the brown sugar. It's like glistening. That's gonna give us 20 out of 30. So right now, Oprah is still in the lead with the 21 out of 30. One thing I forgot to do with Jason Derulo's French toast is they cut it this way. They cut it not diagonally. They cut it what is this, a hamburger cut? Just like they cut it like this before cooking it, which, Jason, why do you do that? I feel like serial killers would do that. That doesn't make sense to me. Always cut it diagonally in triangles. Who cuts it this way? Let's try this. That is not that good. I'm getting coconut, I'm getting Captain Crunch or like some fruity cereal, but it's not really going that well together because I feel like it's like fruity cereals and then shredded coconut in the batter. It's honestly not amazing. Taste, 6 out of 10. Another 6 out of 10 on creativity. I will give it an 8 out of 10 on appearance. So that's gonna give us a 20 out of 30. It looks like some tie-dye thing on bread. There's a lot of colors. I like the colorfulness of it. Definitely more colors than the rest, and I would say colors gives you a little bonus points in appearance. The Rock, you just took a thick piece of bread and tried to make French toast with that. Were you trying to beat the others just by using a thick piece of bread? I didn't let you do that. We went equal. Everyone gets an equal type of bread. And so let's try the Rocks. So we got to get some of that peanut butter and jelly on there. That's falling apart. Put that on there, and let me try this. That tequila hits you. And that's what I want. I want to start my mornings off with a hit of tequila. So the Rock is definitely gonna get bonus points just for that. That tastes really good. I love peanut butter, so that tastes amazing to me because peanut butter on anything tastes good. But the grape jelly, why grape? A strawberry jelly would have been better. What other jellies are there? Any jelly but grape. I feel like grape is the worst jelly. No one likes grape lollipops. No one likes grape Jolly Ranchers or candy. I feel like it's always the worst kind of flavor. This is basically French toast with peanut butter and then like some cough syrup tasting jam on top. So I would say 8 out of 10 on taste. Creativity, not very creative, but the tequila and the maple syrup, I would say that gives it a little bonus points on creativity. So we'll say another 8 out of 10 on creativity. And then what's the last one? Appearance. It looks okay. It doesn't look amazing. He tries to make it look really good with the thick piece of bread, but I don't want to give him points on that because then everyone could just use a thick piece of bread. So I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 on appearance. And so that is 2 8s and a 6, and that is a 22 out of 30. Took me a little bit. Basically, we have 4 French toasts and a piece of bread with mold on it because that's what this is looking like. This is not looking the best, but hey, is it the appearance that matters the most or the taste? I don't know. Let's try this. So this is more similar to the French toast I make for myself. I use egg whites, but I also use almond milk, cashew milk. Check out my last video if you want to see how I make French toast. Because French toast is definitely something I eat very regularly. It's super good. Wow. This is really good. This is really good, guys. So I thought it was super weird that he was cooking blueberries in the pan before the bread. I've seen him do that before. I never did it because I thought it was kind of whack. But I don't know, something about the blueberries, they like release their juice or something like that because that tastes so good. I feel like this is the most fluffy out of all of them. I don't know if that's because of the egg whites or not, but this is super fluffy and that tastes really, really good. And so I'm gonna just try another bite out of this because it doesn't make sense to me how this tastes better than a lot of these. Even though this is supposed to be, I guess, the healthiest, because that tasted like cake. All these are filled with sugar. The funny part about Jason's was the guy who was trying it on camera, he said that it wasn't very sweet, and that's what he likes about it.
This is nice. This is the least sweet of the French toast we've tried.
Meanwhile, there's sugar in the batter. There are multiple sugary cereals that coat it, and then there's sugar spread on it with maple syrup. So I don't know what the camera guy was talking about, but this is supposed to be the healthiest one, but it tastes the best, at least so far. Wow. That is really good, guys. This is so good. Like, I literally cannot stop eating this. Wow. That is super good. On a taste scale, I'm trying to think what would make that better. And I think I'm gonna have to give it, I don't want to give it a 10 out of 10 on taste because like I feel like there's something that would make it better, but I can't think of it. Cooking the blueberries in there was very, very creative. Not something I would have thought of, and I always thought it was kind of weird that he was doing that, and I would never do it myself. I would always top my French toast off with blueberries, but I think I really like the fruit in there. I think some of these would have been better with fruit on top, and I like that he has fruit in there, but maybe the crunch factor is not there like the rest of these. I do like the crunchiness of the ones that are coated in cereal, but on a taste scale, I don't know what would make that taste better, but I don't want to give it a 10 out of 10, so I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 on taste. Because a 10 out of 10 would be like the perfect French toast, and I don't even know what that perfect French toast is, but I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10 on a taste scale. On a creativity scale, all of these use whole eggs and whole milk, so that one kind of is more creative because he was thinking outside the box with egg whites as well as no milk at all, and it's making it super fluffy, and I feel like in a way it tastes better with egg whites instead of whole eggs because it just gets more fluffy. I'm gonna have to give that a 9 out of 10 on creativity. The only thing I can think of is I know that is supposed to be an anabolic or a high protein French toast, so I want to know why Greg doesn't recommend to use maybe like a lower calorie bread or a higher fiber bread. He always says just use any regular bread, so that's something I'm thinking of. But I want to know why does Greg not use a lower calorie bread? Why doesn't he recommend that? But I'll have to give that a 9 out of 10 on creativity. Appearance though, that's where it's lacking because all of these definitely look way better than that on appearance. That looks like pretty moldy stuff on bread. It literally looks like a piece of mold. So I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 on appearance. But taste and creativity were both 9 out of 10s. And so that is gonna give us a total score out of 24 out of 30 for that one. It looks like Oprah got a 21 out of 30, Kylie got a 20 out of 30, Jason got a 20 out of 30, The Rock got a 22 out of 30, and Greg got a 24 out of 30. So Greg just won the French Toast Challenge. His French Toast was better than all the celebrities, and that is shocking me because that is the healthiest one by far. If I ate any of these, I feel like if I was eating these regularly for breakfast, I would just balloon up to 400 pounds eventually. So that is definitely the healthiest one. But that's surprising because I did not expect Greg to win. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he's always right, but his French toast tastes better than these, and I am not making this up. I'm being very honest with you guys. Try making some of these and compare it to Greg's and just see what you think, because I just did it and I'm pretty shocked. I would genuinely prefer to have this over these French toasts for breakfast every day, not only on taste, but also on a health factor. If you think about how healthy these are, that's probably the healthiest one. Maybe the Rocks is second because you get a little bit of protein from the peanut butter, but really not much. Nothing compares to these in terms of, nothing compares to Greg's in terms of protein content and being the lowest in calories. These are definitely way higher in calories and also more work than making Greg's. So I would say definitely try all these out. Definitely try Greg's and try cooking the blueberries in the pan, because I didn't think it would make a difference, but it makes a difference, and I guess Greg's right on that. Greg, you have won the challenge of having the best French toast. I wasn't sure when I was watching your video if you really did have French toast, because you were talking about how yours was better than the other celebrities. I need to make these to find out for myself, and you guys saw me make all of these. Greg just won, and what can I say? Dr. Greg Doucette, Greggy D, he just won the French Toast Challenge, and Greg Doucette has the best French toast, and it's definitely the one that I cannot stop eating because it tastes so good. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.